Danny, I think when you get a schedule and you look at what certain games could be, and this has lived up obviously to what everything this game could be on Saturday. Just what's the whole vibe around the team? What are you messaging to them about the occasion, maybe on the field, and what the environment could be like when the team was sitting on Saturday?
Yeah, I think we're excited about the opportunity. Obviously, Charleston's a very good team. We've had some really good games against one another, but for us, it's about sticking to our process. You know, it's another game here at home against at Lynn Family Stadium against a tough opponent, and we're going to do everything we can to make sure that we can put on a performance that the fans that come can be proud of.
Talk to you after the game on Saturday. Really just back and forth game. How has the team come out of that? Have you seen them refocus this week?
Yeah, I talked after the game about the group and how resilient they are. You know, it's not easy to concede 3 goals in a row in such a short period of time and respond the way that the group did. So there was a lot to be proud of from that, and I think the group learned a lot about themselves last weekend. So we came back this week. We've pushed and worked on a few things that we know we need to sharpen up on when it comes to Charleston, especially, and I think the group is in a good spot leading into the weekend.
How do you juggle as a coach, getting up for a game, but also kind of making it like every other game? And do you encourage them to treat this one differently at all? What is that process like?
No, it's sticking to our process, which is making sure that we're preparing them with the information tactically that we feel gives them the best chance to go out and perform. We understand that obviously it's a big game with regard to where we are on the table, but at the end of the day, I said it last month. Trophies aren't won in July, so for us, it's about making sure that we put together a complete good performance, and something that we can be proud of and continue to build on the season that we've had up to this point. There's still a lot of games left to play, and we're certainly focused on making sure that we go out and perform well against Charleston. But at the end of the day, the preparation throughout the week is what's going to make sure that we're in a good position to do that.
What makes Charleston a dangerous team? I mean, obviously you look at Nick Markanich, what he's been able to do, but I don't know if it's the service to them or just individual brilliance. But what has made them so good this season?
Well, it starts with their coach. I mean, you look at what he did in Memphis and what he's done in a short period in Charleston. Ben's done an incredible job. So it starts there, and then he brings in pieces that are going to work the way that he wants them to work. They are an extremely hardworking team. They have a ton of quality in the middle of the field. Obviously, Markanich is having a great season up to this point. You look at Myers, higher up the field, scored a lot of goals. So they have a lot of dangerous pieces. You look in the back, and they have experience in Archer and Graham, and so it's certainly a team that has done a lot of good things this year, obviously, but I think there's a lot of different reasons for that, and we're certainly looking forward to the test, especially being able to do it here at home.
A couple player transactions for you guys this week with obviously Phil Goodrum coming in, Tola showing me going out to England. What was the process like there, the thinking, and how do you feel like you've set yourself up here the rest of the season?
Yeah, I think James and I talk a lot about making sure that we are planning ahead. We had a good idea that Tola was going to be departing us in this window, and then we wanted to make sure that we put ourselves in a position to have the depth that we needed to go on and hopefully do something special here. Obviously, it's no secret. We started the year with a lot more numbers higher up the field than we have at the moment. When you look at Brian going down, when you look at Jorge going down, Sam currently going down, Tola leaving, that's a lot of pieces. So we needed to make sure that we brought in, someone that could provide us obviously goals, but also push the group to be the best that they can be. And Phil is a guy that fits incredibly well with the culture and the way that we want to play. The guys have been great with him, and he's done the same. He's been incredible this week with regard to training and trying to learn very quickly what we want from him tactically. But all in all, it's about making sure that you're putting the team in a position to go and continue to play well. And we feel in going and getting Phil that we've done that.
Phil's obviously a feisty player. What is that like when you tell the team, hey, here's this guy we didn't like for a long time, and now he's going to be one of our guys?
Yeah, I think anytime that you walk off the field and you're not really enjoying the fact that you had to play against a player that probably says something about the quality the player is. So, Phil is a pest. He is a guy that is going to leave everything he can on the field, which, as you know, is what I expect from our group. He's going to fit in well with his mentality. I learn a lot about players when I go and I watch. Whether it's 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you go and watch when they're on a team and they're losing a game. Does their work rate drop? Does their mentality drop? And this is a kid, no matter the scoreline, he's working. And so we're proud to have him. We're excited to have him, and our hope is that we can put him in a position to be successful here.
Is he competing on the pitch this week to get time this weekend? Is that
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, last week we didn't have a 9 to bring off the bench. Obviously for Willie, we had to push him 90 minutes. He'll be the first to tell you 75 minutes in, he didn't have much left in the tank. But from a depth perspective, I have but prior to Phil, I had 17 healthy field players. So we're in a spot now where there may be a decision to make on the weekend, but I'm expecting him to be involved.